At the beginning of the movie, we see a struggling young actress named Ting. One day she is noticed by Royal Thai Police Lieutenant T. The next day, she visits T, who heads up the crimes reenactment unit and is always on the lookout for fresh talent. Later, she asks him if they play the character of the dead, won't they insult their soul? To which he says no, because they are doing it for a good cause. After this, he takes her to a crime scene where the rape took place. Ting sees the victim's file and gets very disturbed, and when T calls her for work, she comes there wearing the same getup as the victim. The reenactment starts and she does such good acting that people think all this is true and they beat up that criminal. Now after this, she prays and asks for forgiveness if she has done something wrong. But when she lights the incense sticks there, the headless dead body of the same victim is standing in front of her, which she cannot see, and she leaves from there. The photos are published in Thai newspapers as a means of the police publicizing that they have closed the case and done their jobs. T then visits her again and praises her work and says that his colleagues from other stations want her to work for them too. Ting takes a liking to her job and is so convincing that even the criminals are moved to remorseful tears. Now even after this work, when she is praying, the ghost of that victim appears in front of her, but she does not see her. After this, the breaking news of the mysterious disappearance of the former Miss Thailand pageant Meen runs on TV. The police have found some pieces of tissues that belong to her, however, they are reluctant to draw a conclusion as to whether she is dead or alive. Now, on one hand, this news becomes a topic of discussion all over the country and abroad, and Ting sees an opportunity to become a superstar. We then see two police officers investigating the case, where they hear the voice of a girl asking for help from a room. They enter the room and find it filled with water and blood, and then they get shocked to see a dead body in a bathtub wrapped up in plastic. Suddenly that body moves its hand and the officers get terrified, and then it disappears from there. After this, the forensic team is called where they find some evidence, and the police conclude that Meen was murdered by her husband Jaran, and he concealed the case by chopping the body into pieces. Here Ting starts studying Meen so that she can do the reenactment properly, but T calls her and tells her that they have a female officer playing Meen's character instead. Later, the officer who was chosen to play the character of Meen is haunted by the ghost of Meen, and then T is informed that the officer has died of a heart attack. T then calls Ting and informs her that they finally decided to have her play Meen's role. Ting is very happy to know this and starts trying to be like her by watching her videos. Now during this, she goes into a trance and we see that the spirit of Meen itself is helping her in this. Then after some time when she opens her eyes, she gets shocked to see Meen and then she disappears, and Ting then thanks her for her support. Later, she goes to Meen's apartment to practice at the very place where she was murdered and asks her spirit to be with her to make her performance realistic. She then sits in the bathtub to practice, and during this, we see cut marks on her face. Now when she is going back, she sees a girl in the hallway, badly injured and asking for her help. Ting fearfully starts moving towards her, and during this, many other souls are watching her. Now as soon as Ting reaches that girl, she screams loudly and grabs her, which scares Ting, and she sees that all those spirits are behind her and are asking her for help. Then she also sees the spirit of Meen there, who comes to her and tells her that it's not him, and then she wakes up screaming in the bathtub. Later, she gets a call from T and tells him she thinks that Mr. Jaran is a scapegoat, but T says they have very solid evidence. Now he is about to tell her something, but then the call gets disconnected and his car radio starts malfunctioning. Then suddenly he sees Meen's spirit clinging to his car, which grabs his hand, causing his car to crash on a pole. Now the next day Jaran is brought to the crime scene, and only then Ting comes there in Meen's getup. Jaran begins to tell the police what happened that day and Ting begins reenacting, but she sees Meen's spirit there, repeatedly saying it's not him. After this, Meen takes possession of Ting's body and Jaran starts seeing Meen in her, who asks him to tell the truth. Now all the people present there are quite surprised to see this, and then T reaches there and tries to bring her to senses, but she faints. Now in the hospital, she tells T that she can't remember what happened at all. He informs her that the case is closed, and even if they have to repeat the scene, he won't let her take Meen's role anymore. Later, Ting visits a shaman, where she goes into a trance and draws a sketch of an unknown woman. She asks the shaman if she can get in contact with her, to which she says yes, and asks her to be careful as she was possessed. She then goes to Meen's house to find out about that woman, but when she finds nothing there, she starts going back, but suddenly the door of that room closes. After this, a drawer automatically opens there, inside which she finds a file and there is an article in it. She shows the article to the police officer, who tells her that Phii is in this picture, a plastic surgeon and a close friend of Meen. She then visits Phii, who asks her why she has come here. Ting says she wants to know whether she and Meen were in a relationship. Phii tells her that she knew Meen even before she was in showbiz. She was very talented, but not a single person was sincere with her, and she was her only friend. However, she chose to marry Jaran. Now when Ting asks her permission to leave, Phii asks her for a favor. She does her makeup to make her look like Meen, asks her to put on a crown, and then asks her to call her darling. Now Ting finds all this quite strange and she is also uncomfortable by it, and here we come to know that Phii had done all this with Meen also because she was obsessed with her. Meen got very angry with her behavior and started leaving. However, Phii made her unconscious, after which she killed her by stabbing her with a knife. Now knowing all this, Ting gets very scared and Phii tries to kill her too. But before she could do any harm to her, T reaches there and shoots her. And when he goes to Ting, he gets horrified to see her terrible face. Then it is revealed that the events were actually entirely a film about Meen's murder, and Ting is merely a character being played by another actress named May, and then she faints. Now news spreads all over town that Meen's spirit is on the sets of the movie, but the crew dismisses it as just a rumor. Later, May tells her hairdresser Jeeb that she had nightmares last night in which she saw a lot of blood and looked like someone was staring at her. Jeeb asks her did she felt anything strange when she fainted, or during the dancing scene the other day, but May doesn't remember anything. Then Phii calls Jeeb to her and asks him not to talk about it. Now the shooting continues again, but all the crew and director Shane notice that May is lying still, so as soon as Shane says cut, May looks at him angrily, which scares him. Later, one of the crew members, 𝐂𝐃, gets haunted by the spirit, and we see it following her. The next day, Shane informs May that he is putting off the shooting because 𝐂𝐃 just passed away last night. She then meets another actress, who tells her that something happened to her on the sets. During the scene that Meen taught Ting to do the 𝐿𝐾𝐒, she asks her not to touch her and screams at her angrily, after which she went into a trance and then fell down screaming. And when Shane removed that crown from her head, she fainted. Shane then told 𝐂𝐃 to tell everyone that she got epilepsy. Meanwhile, the editor shows Shane some footage in which a blurry figure is seen behind May, and in another footage, that figure is clearly visible. The editor then leaves for some work, and after a while, Shane hears some scary sounds and sees some shadows on the wall. Now after a while, when the editor comes back, he gets terrified to find Shane's dead body there. May then gets a call from Shane who asks her to be careful, and then the call disconnects. She then gets a call from the editor who informs her about Shane's death, and she gets shocked to hear this. Only then does she get haunted by Meen's spirit, due to which she gets terrified and runs into her apartment, and Meen's spirit pulls her down from the balcony, causing her to fall on a car and die. However, she wakes up and it turns out to be a nightmare. Later, she gets a call and learns that Shane died yesterday, and then sees herself in a terrible form on TV. Then strange music starts echoing at her house, due to which she gets frustrated and asks what else it wants from her. Later, she goes to Meen's shrine where she requests her to forgive and forget whatever is in her mind, so she can go to glory peacefully. After this, when she comes back, she hears the same music again in the parking lot, which scares her, and as she enters the elevator, someone passes behind her, and suddenly a ghost haunts her. She then finds herself performing in a street wearing 𝐿𝐾𝐒 costume, and then a girl comes to her and asks her to return the costume as she has rented it from her. She then calls 𝐂𝐃 and asks him if they are hiding something from her. Now 𝐂𝐃 is about to tell her all the truth, but suddenly the call gets disconnected, and that spirit kills 𝐂𝐃 as well. She then visits 𝐂𝐃's office, where she finds that he had sent her a mail before he died. Now here it is revealed that on the day they did the oblation, May was not present there. She was in a warehouse, where a crown attracts her, and as soon as she touches it, a spirit possesses her. Then when 𝐂𝐃 comes there to call her, he gets terrified seeing that she has been possessed. He calls 𝐂𝐃 and Shane there, and all three together remove the crown from her head, after which she faints. 𝐂𝐃 suggests that they should leave this crown at the temple or burn it, but Shane asks him to add more lines about 𝐿𝐾𝐒 dancing. May then goes to the warehouse to find that crown, and when she is trying to get it out of the showcase, she sees someone's reflection in the glass, and that spirit starts moving towards her, but May breaks the showcase and takes out the crown, which makes that spirit disappear. Now she is going from there with that crown when she notices that the crown has disappeared, and only then that spirit makes her wear that crown. She then finds herself at a strange unknown place, from where she reaches a room whose walls are full of May's photos. Actually, this room belongs to a poor girl named 𝐵𝐃, who was a traditional 𝐿𝐾𝐒 dancer and used to earn her living by doing street performances. She was a big fan of May and had plastic surgery done to look like her, but she was not happy with the results, so she goes to a quack doctor and dies during the treatment, and the doctor throws her dead body into a river. May then informs the police about this, and they find her dead body in that river. Now after a few days, May feels that everything is fine, but then she hears that music again, and she gets terrified to see 𝐵𝐃's ghost there. It comes out of the mirror and says that she wants to be her. We then see that May has been possessed by 𝐵𝐃, and now she will live in her body and enjoy the life of a celebrity. I hope you found it enjoyable. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more recaps like this.